What a game. What a tournament and what a game. If someone could just double check the sound for me. Wow. I'm fired up. I am fired up. What a dominant third period for USA hockey, my friends. And the Kachuk brothers. I mean, whew. Someone give me the audio check. Oh shit. Something's going on in my pocket here. Thanks, Krungs. The first thing I got to start off with. Free as a bird now. What a dominant performance for Team USA. And wow, guys, they look like the real deal. It was a little nerve-wracking at first, but once the boys got loose, that third period was an absolute explosion. First period, Joki Haru rips one that Connor Hellebuck probably would want back. I mean, I don't think that was a good goal. Bad goal led up by Hellebuck early. And the Americans answered a few minutes later. Bradytkachuk, I'm not going to say my favorite, but one of my favorite non-New Jersey Devils in the league are probably both the Kachuk brothers, and I've talked about these guys at length on this channel. Those guys are not human. There's levels to this shit, and the Kachuk brothers they're just different. They are a specimen. They are a chip off the old block of old man Keith Kachuk, a USA legend who should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm glad that PK brought it up actually in the postgame. An absolute crime that Keith Kachuk is not in the Hall of Fame, but Bradytkachuk ties the game at 1 a few minutes later in the first. We go to the second, all tied up at 1, and Matt Boldy with a sick deflection in front. I do feel like someone mentioned it, the art of the deflection. I mean, you still see them here and there, but I feel like they were more prominent back in the day. Faber rips it and Boldy right in front. And he just gets that stick on it, changes the direction of the puck on Saros. It goes right through the legs. USA leads 2-1. That is how the period would end. And at that point, I was like, okay, maybe, it's a short tournament. They didn't have a lot of practice. They looked a little, they didn't look as explosive as I thought they were going to early. I expected earlier on in the game for them to look like how they did in the third period, which was just absolutely dominant. But they come out in that third period and it's a wrap. 4 goals in the period. Matthewtkachuk gets 2 in the period. Brady gets another one. Gensel gets one. And wow. What an opening tournament game for Team USA. I mean, they're just so loaded. And the physicality, I mean, yeah, the Kachuk brothers alone, you put 2 of those guys on one team. You put 2 of those guys on one team, and it's just they are the legit Bash brothers. Game stats: USA 32 shots on goal, Finland with 21. USA getting the edge in the faceoff circle, 58.5% to 41.5% for the Finns. USA's power play looked lethal at times. They go 2 for 4 on the power play. Finland goes 0 for 2. USA with 32 hits. Love to see the physicality and the nastiness be a trademark of USA hockey. 32 hits, 16 hits for the Finns. USA 12 block shots. The Finns with 10 block shots. USA 15 giveaways. Finland 23 giveaways. USA 6 takeaways and Finland with 2 takeaways. And what a game. What a game. Jack looked pretty slippery out there. He got that assist on that nice play with Auston Matthews before they gave it up to was it Gensel? Yeah, Gensel. It seems like we are going to see the Kachuk brothers on a line, I'd imagine, for the duration of the tournament. I mean, it would be psychotic, I think, to break them up. They're just, what can you say, man? The Kachuk brothers are just unreal. Completely unreal. And I think a lot of people started to realize what my obsession with Brady-Tkachuk was. That guy is a dog. He plays playoff hockey every game he's in. He's smashing people, tackling people. I mean, he's the one-man wrecking crew, and he's the exact type of dude that the New Jersey Devils desperately need. He would look so good in red and black. But I told you guys I did give up on the dream. I thought we were best positioned to try to make a move this past offseason when we had the 10th overall pick, and I thought there was some potential packages there that we could have potentially lured Ottawa with. Now that Ottawa is, in the playoffs, or at least, it doesn't seem like they're going to fall out. I just can't see it. They'll probably make the playoffs. And good for their fans. I mean, they've been tortured for too long, but I don't see them moving him, and he might end up playing his whole career there. Who knows? But I don't think he's getting traded, and I let the dream die. But wow, what a player! What a special player! Special player. Let's get into some of these comments here. Steven says both Kachuks on the same line. Damn, dude, tighten that chin strap. Shh. Buckle up. If you're going out there against the Kachuk brothers, whew. Jay Snow, my lord, how do we get a Kachuk to NJ? We can't, man. It's all over. It's unfortunate. Would have been beautiful to have either one of them. I think we tried to get Matthew, but he wasn't interested. But I was holding out hope for Brady. But I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if he stays in Ottawa his whole career, or if he does decide to move on, he'll probably find his way to South Beach with Matthew and play for the Panthers as well. It's sad that Brady's wasting away in Ottawa. Well, he's probably going to taste the playoffs for the first time in his career this year. I think the Devils should kidnap Auston Matthews. If only it were that easy. Gem Card Collecting, what's going on? As a Canadian, congrats, my fellow American friends. Big win. That third was dominant. Also, F the Canadians that booed the anthem. Quebec sucks. Do you live in Canada still, Gem Card? I don't remember. You probably told us. And if you do, what province do you live in? Krungs, especially since Quebec was booing Team Sweden last night. Well, they didn't boo the anthem. They were booing the players. I'm okay with that. I mean, to me, that's always part of sports. Whenever there's like a grand like player introductions, you would see that back in the day, the Stanley Cup Finals used to have really cool entrances. They don't do it anymore, but they used to announce each guy, and obviously the road team just got booed mercilessly. That's part of sports. Jim Card, I thought Jack played well tonight. Him and Matthews fit well together. I think most people, elite talents especially, will fit in like a glove with Auston Matthews. He's an absolute beast. Traveling Devil, wait till they have the bigger ice to play on. Oh, and he's referring to that Olympic sheet, baby. Oh, I'm getting more and more pumped for the Olympics, because this is, like I said, this is the little appetizer. But the Olympic size rinks, you're going to have more countries involved. I think the guys will be playing even harder, even though both games we saw, it looked like everyone was going all out. I mean, this is no, all-star game, lollygagging type of exhibition game. These guys are playing for real out there. And I feel like they're going to play even harder when it's for an Olympic medal versus, the Four Nations trophy. Like, it's a great thing to win, obviously, but it doesn't have anywhere near the clout of, an Olympics. It just can't. There's nothing like the Olympics. Krung says, Bratt definitely got screwed. He was making plays every time he was on the ice. I was surprised they weren't sending him out more in the third. There's just so many good guys, and it seems like, I always say there's like an anti-Devil bias, but it definitely kind of seems that way. Traveling Devil, see how Saturday plays out after both Canada and the USA playing one game apiece together. That game is going to be wild. That Saturday night game in Montreal, wow, USA, Canada, that is going to be must-see TV. Some of the biggest stars in the game, all in one game, playing for the crest. Playing for the crest. I'm pumped for that one. That's going to be another great one. All these games are going to be great. These teams are very good. And Finland was right there. They had the 1-0 lead. They were in a 2-1 game in the third period, and then USA just opened it up on them. Completely opened it up on them. And that's kind of what I was expecting earlier on. But it took a little while for them to get their footing, and then they were just in beast mode. USA. What a roster this team has. Krungs, the Kachuks got that Neanderthal, and that makes them good at Neanderthal hockey. Absolutely. And you know Neanderthal hockey is my favorite kind. Those guys are just absolute dogs. Absolute dogs, and I really wish we had some guys like that in our lineup. Even maybe not minus all the skill, but, you know, someone who played like Brady-Tkachuk with even half the skill would be a valuable piece for most NHL rosters today. Guys don't play like that anymore. They are the true throwbacks. True throwbacks. Kyle says Torts was standing behind Jack all game. Was it all game? Yeah, Brian J got the secondary assist on that Gensel goal. Paulie Walnuts, unbelievable third period. Can't wait for Saturday's game. It is going to be wild. And USA is going to be getting booed heavily, obviously, in Montreal. And it could be a little preview of the championship game next Thursday. But who knows? At this point, anything could happen. But I'm hoping to see USA just run the table, just beat everybody, and then win the championship game. With Hellebuck on top of his game, USA is going to be very hard to beat, and it would be, oh man, for USA to take this down heading into next year's Olympics would be beautiful. Manny says Jack was creating space and chances. Devin G, Jack and Matthews were the only two in the entire first period that made chances. Vic, great night for Team USA, especially Matt and Brady. Jack's line and Jack played all right. Hope he scores a goal next game. Let's go. A lot of talent out there on that roster. A lot of talent out there on the roster. Oh, Daniel Pino, my man. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Where's the booze? I was trying to take it off, but I'll do one bottle shot of the Dirty Devil. I was trying to, you know, oh, you guys are funny. This one's for USA. I was trying to lay off the booze. I've been trying to, like, you know, like do a little detox for like a week or two, but this won't constitute binge drinking, so I'll do a bottle shot. But thanks for the super chat, Daniel. Appreciate that. I'm sorry to disappoint you with the booze, but there's the bottle shot for America right there. Brady was flying. Yeah, of course he was. Man, he's such a beast, man. He would look so good in a Devils jersey. My God. Him on a line with Jack and Bratter would be just filthy. Filthy. I lost my spot here. Jay Snow, yeah, a player with skill and grit. Very rare combination, especially it's not even just like a little grit. It's like level 10 grit. Jack, I would move anyone other than the Hughes brothers in a package for Brady-Tkachuk. It's over. You guys got to just let it die. I've put it to bed. I'm over it. I don't think it's going to happen now. Like I said, especially with Ottawa being relevant and probably making the playoffs, I just can't see it. I did think last summer when we had that 10th overall pick, that could have been the nice start of a package, but I think the ship has sailed. I really do. Devin G, 11 hits for Brady. Is that right? I didn't even look at that. Wow. Brady was credited with 8 from what I see, but still, he had 8 out of 32 hits for Team USA. 25% of the hits were from Brady-Tkachuk. 8 hits. My God. How many did Matthew have? Matthew had 2. And Brady only had 13:39. Time on ice, 13 minutes, 39 seconds. Matthew had 17:47. Jack Hughes with 16:08. Auston Matthews leading the pack at 19:52. Jack Eichel, 19:30. Wow. Brock Nelson was the low man with 9:42. What a game. This roster is so sick. Jay Snow says, I think Ottawa misses again. Really? Let me just see. I don't think they're going to collapse like that. I think Brady's now just going to be, yeah, they got 62 points. They're in the first wild card. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? They're down into the, they were in the top 3 in the Atlantic. Did they hit a skid or did some, what the hell happened here? Did the Lightning go on fire? Because they were in the top 3 in the Atlantic, but now, oh boy, yeah, they're in a dogfight for their lives. Oh my God. Even the Rangers, yeah, this year I honestly think, and I've said this from earlier in the season, I do think we may see one of the most dynamic finishes to the regular season because there's so many games, or so many teams rather, that are clawing for the wild card. I think it's going to be decided on the last day. There is so many teams right there. And I really hope that our New Jersey Devils have nothing to do with the wild card situation. But wow. Yeah, it's crazy. Even the Islanders are alive. My God. Yeah, I would say the Canadians probably aren't, and anyone below them. But that leaves Ottawa, Detroit, Columbus, Boston, Rangers, Islanders all in a fight. 5 points separate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 teams all within 5 points. Oh, man, the rest of the season is going to be so amazing. What's going on, Joseph? Wolf Rockin' 74. What's up, Ace? What a game by the Kachuk brothers. My friend, not to mention Jack flying around all night. I'm getting my Brady USA jersey tonight. Just wow. Yeah, I mean, if I had to get a non-Devil on a USA jersey of current players, it would definitely be Brady Kachuk for sure. And then historically, like old school guys, I'd be curious what some of you guys, longer time fans in here, who some of your favorite non-Devil American players of all time are. But for me, in no particular order, the first few that come to mind would probably be Brett Hull, Jeremy Roenick, and Keith Kachuk are probably 3 of my favorites. I probably got to put Mike Modano in there too, but I always loved Keith Kachuk, NJR. Always liked Roenick. Glad to see him get in the Hall of Fame finally after much of a delay. Krungs, the booing I'm fine with in regular NHL games. People need to take a chill pill when they're representing their country. Devin G. Brady said he's ready to play villain. Let's go. Yeah, he's a villain, all right. That guy is a menace out there. And again, that's why I so desperately wanted him to come to the Devils last summer. Donnell, USA totally dominated Finland tonight. You wear that Four Nations Team USA proud, my brother. Oh, of course, Donnell. Let's go. USA. Let's go. The red, white, and blue. Let's take down this little Four Nations tournament and go into Milan, Italy, flying high for that Olympics. Vic, booing the anthem is so disrespectful. Even the rap Marchand said it was silly. Leave the players alone. It's not their fault, and leave politics out of it. If only it was that easy. If only it was that easy for people. Yo, Holmes says, so what? Donnell, was you wearing the Four Nations while watching the game on ESPN? I was not. I had it hanging up on, I have a jersey rack. It was kind of a prop. But I wasn't wearing it throughout the game. Wolf, I know your favorite non-Devil is McDavid, but I honestly think the Kachuk brothers are better. McDavid scores highlight goals, but the Kachuk brothers are tougher, in my opinion. No, they are. McDavid's not my favorite. I enjoy watching him play because of the insane level of skill that he has, and just watching him is just, an otherworldly experience. But in terms of personal favorite, you guys know I'm always going to go with the dog, and the Kachuk brothers are the dogs. Brady's probably my favorite non-Devil, if I had to think about it. I am a Sid guy, too. I do like Sid a lot. Zach, Kachucks went all in tonight. I love it. Yeah, they're here Saturday night as well. Gonna be hopefully smashing Canada around. That's gonna be such a great game. I'm curious, do you guys think there'll be any legitimate drop the gloves, square up fights in this tournament at all? I would love to see at least one, but who knows? Husky Unchained, congrats to the USA fans. Just caught the highlights that Haula missed the whole net. Haula didn't get a lot of how much ice time did he get? I think it's going to be pretty low. He had 10:34. He was out there on a PK. Jay Snow, they don't just play gritty, they're super skilled. Yeah, they have the perfect combo. They learn from the best, their dad. Yeah. It's like I said, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Keith Kachuk was a tough, skilled player, and so were his kids. And it's crazy to think about both of his kids, and maybe not, but he's a borderline Hall of Famer. I do hope he eventually gets in, and I think he will. It is possible that both of his kids go on to have better careers than him, which is kind of crazy. Donnell, the Four Nations trophy looks like a World Cup trophy for soccer, even though I don't watch soccer. I can't watch soccer. At this point, I can't watch most sports other than our beautiful game of hockey. I mean, I'll watch, a little bit of NFL. NBA, I have no interest. MLB, I never liked. Traveling Devil Torch was ready to unload on Jack if he made any blind passes. If Haula would have scored a goal, I would have been tight. He doesn't do shit for us. You guys are brutal. Evan, how proud is Keith at this moment? What a legendary American, and now this. Yeah. Two kids that are both just absolute monsters representing their country for USA, and then now they're going to be playing on a line together. What's going on, Maria? Both Kachuks plus Quinta and me die happy. That never happened. I would love any one of the three, and I would prefer Brady, but it's never going to happen. Jace, no, they should have gave Jack power play time. Yeah, it seemed like going into it through the practices, it seemed like he was going to be on one of the power play units. But as you see, as the game goes on, nothing's written in stone. And so they will change stuff up on the fly. Maybe he'll get a chance in the next game. Morgan, until the Sens actually make the playoffs, I'm not giving up on Brady to NJ. Well, I mean, the thing is, the only chance I thought anyone had of getting him away from Ottawa was if they were totally out of it. But it seems like they're going to be, at worst case, in the mix for a wild card spot. And I just can't see them being sellers, and especially not selling Brady. I mean, anything could happen, but it seems like they're going to be right there in the fight down the stretch, and I think their fan base would riot and probably burn down the city of Ottawa, if he was dealt. And rightfully so. I mean, he's one of the best players in the league. For a team that hasn't made the playoffs in a long time, to then lose your star player would be a tough pill to swallow. Manny, stranger things have happened, like the Luka Doncic trade. I still don't understand. I don't follow NBA, but I obviously know who Luka is. And that trade is kind of mind-boggling. When I saw that, I was a bit shocked. It seemed like a very lopsided trade in favor of the Lakers, but what the hell do I know? Jace, no, I think the Rangers are making the playoffs. I said that several weeks ago. I said, assuming Shesterkin doesn't miss tons of more games with injury, Shesterkin alone should be enough to drag even the Rangers in a down year into the playoffs. I mean, that would be crazy to go from President's Trophy, or again, not President. Sorry, I don't want to disrespect James Dolan's club. Not the President's Trophy winners. They were the 23-24 regular season champions, as their banner says up in the rafters of Madison Square Garden. But how do you go from that and to not making the playoffs? Would be unforgivable. I do think that JT Miller move was a good one for them. I think he is going to bring some heart and kind of fight into the team. And I said a few weeks ago I think they make the playoffs, and I still think they do. Right now they're only 3 points out. Yeah, and they have 55 games played. They have 27 games left to make up 3 points. I really would be shocked if they didn't make it. Jason, now Ottawa's so inconsistent. Yeah, it seems that way. Is Omar still hurt? He was hurt for a while. Teams caught up. Jason, no, the Devils can't mess around after this break. No, they absolutely cannot. It's all business now. We got 25 games left. Sean, hi Ace. Who do you think will win the Four Nations? Who do you think that I think is going to win the Four Nations? USA, baby. Gem Card, I currently live in Canada, BC, Vancouver. I have a summer home in California. Spend about 1-2 months a year in California. Fun fact, met Brodeur and Yager at an Anaheim Ducks game. Very nice. Look at you, Gem Card. Out there in British Columbia and in California. Okay. Sean, I want a Jack Hughes USA jersey. If he doesn't score, I don't know. Well, what is it? Why does he have to score for you to get the jersey? That's kind of funny, I think. I mean, listen, he's on the team. Yeah, Evan, Brett Hall, what a legend. Oh, yeah, Zach W. How could I forget about Patty Kane? I was going more old school, but Patrick Kane, obviously a USA legend. Mike Madonna's a good one. Keith Kachuk, yeah. Sean, all right, Ace, I got to decide. Do I go to Devils versus Calgary or Oilers? That's a very easy decision, Sean. You go see the Oilers and you go see the greatest show on ice, Connor McDavid. It's not even a close. Yeah. Morgan, see McJesus in person. Exactly. The Kachucks are old school power forwards. Yeah, they are, which is why when some people were like, yeah, I remember people flaming me, Devils fans flaming me that I was like overvaluing Kachuk because I didn't, I told people even last summer that he's going to be way more expensive in terms of what you'd have to give up to get him, that he'd be way more expensive than people would realize. And then when people were throwing out, then people just started throwing out proposals, and then a lot of them were pretty heavy with like multiple pieces. And I was like looking at them and I was like, yeah, I would do that. And people were like, oh, you're crazy. I would give a lot for him because I think he is that dynamic. I think he could change the course of a franchise just like his brother Matthew did in Florida, and they're special players. Jay Snow, this is a 56. I'm a fat ass. It's not like tight on me, but it's not, all my other jerseys are way more. You see how like there's like this like the material's kind of like not spandexy, but it's like has like a little elastic, but it's nowhere near as wide as like other companies' jerseys from back in the day. And it might have to do with the fact that this is actually, I think, the only somewhat newer jersey I have that is not the official on-ice jersey that the players wear. That may play a role in it. I'm not sure because I don't have any of like I guess they call them retail jerseys, but this is a 56. I would not be comfortable wearing a hoodie under this if I'm being honest. And I like my jerseys huge. So most of my jerseys are like the Authentics are probably all 56s. And I might have a couple. I might have like a 58. I have a couple different sizes. I could wear in the old school jerseys, probably a 50, even 52, not with a hoodie, but I have jerseys that are probably 52, 54, 56, etc. If I knew or realized the cut on this, I would have probably gotten a 58 or a 60 so that I had room for a hoodie under it. But maybe one day when I get to my ideal goal weight, that I'll be able to wear a hoodie under it. But the cut on these is a little more snug for sure. Jason, I love McDavid and Crosby, legends. Legends. Jason, I really like Kachuk, but McJesus is way more entertaining to watch. Yeah, it's a preference thing. But if you just want to watch ridiculous high-level talent in terms of skating, puck handling, just the whole package, there's not many guys that are even remotely close to McDavid. Ace, tell me, how did you feel about Jack on right wing? These are like, I can't really gauge anything for the Devils, in my opinion, based on what you see in a game like this where they're playing with, all-star teammates. A lot of people have talked about Jack not playing center, but I don't know. I think you're going to see him at center for a while. Not to mention, the current team has zero center depth, so I don't see him switching to wing anytime remotely soon. M Sharp, fights probably would happen if they do in Canada versus USA. Oh, man, that would be great. I would love to see Brady fight somebody. Wolf Rockin', Brady definitely is harder, nastier player than his brother. Brady is now my favorite non-Devil ace, no doubt, brother. Keith has to be in the Hall of Fame. It's a sin he isn't in yet, but yeah, it's crazy. Jay Snow, you only watch hockey. You must be miserable at the Devils being cheeks for so long. Understatement of the century, Jay Snow. I literally live and die with the Devils and have again for 30 years. And so that's why when we punt on a season like last year, we didn't get goalie help. That's why it just infuriated me so much, because it's like this franchise used to be just, a winning culture, a winning everything. We were winners. And so much has changed, and kind of for the worse over the years. But to just throw a season away, in my opinion, coming off the season we had before, was unacceptable. And now that's why I'm just like, with Markstrom playing the way that hopefully he comes back and plays the way he was. But with a guy like that, and with some of the other pieces we have, you got to try to win every year. I'm not saying to mortgage the entire future, but sometimes you have to make difficult moves and bring in win now pieces. And I think this Devils team, I do think, is capable of going on a run if they could start playing better, get their shit together, and then get a couple other pieces. Evan, if only we got Brady, the Devils would be unstoppable. Krungs, Canucks GM did say that Quinn will leave if they rebuild. If he leaves, he definitely comes to New Jersey. I think there's a good chance of that regardless. I mean, when he's a free agent and free to sign anywhere he wants, how would he not, at least at a minimum, explore the possibility of, joining his two brothers in New Jersey? I think that's just, such a unique situation that you have to give it at least a 50-50 chance. Liam, we got robbed of seeing both Hughes bros on a team this year. Must be awesome to be a Kachuk right now. Yeah. That is a hockey family. Jason, no, the Luka trade makes no sense. Yeah, I don't understand. Wolf, please God, let Brady find his way to NJ. If it's his real family, I can't give up on the dream. They're cousins. It's his cousin. Yo, Holmes, the good old hockey game is the best game you could name, and the best game you could name is the good old hockey game. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. M. Sharp, Fitz should have told Jack to ask to play on Brady's line, although Jack did great with Matthews. Yeah. You really can't go wrong. And with a lineup like they have, like, there's no bad players, no matter where you get slotted, you're going to be playing with supreme talent. Jace, no, JT Miller also plays a hard style of hockey. Absolutely. I wanted the Devils to at least inquire on him, but with the cap space and stuff, it would have been hard to do. But he definitely brings some of that grit and dog. Troy Machine, USA, USA, USA. Krungs, the locker room cancer thing is absolutely BS. I think so too. I read a bunch of stuff, and I think JT Miller is more of a throwback guy that will say stuff that ruffles feathers, and a lot of these younger modern players I don't think like that. And I think Miller's a guy that probably holds people accountable, and maybe not in a way for the faint of heart or the sensitive. But you will never know the full story. Their locker room was a mess. Whilst they traded away a stud player, well, apparently Miller and Pettersson had a real beef. A real beef. This is my kind of take on it too, Krungs. Last season, the whole team talked about how much JT Miller was a leader without a C and keeping everyone accountable. Pissy bad players like Pettersson just got upset over him being accountable. I think so. Dude, this is a tight 56. Yo, Holmes, I'm telling you, this is a tight 56. I actually put on last night an Adidas on ice, and it's definitely not as tight as this, but I'm a big boy too. But yeah, this is not, I would have went with the 60 for the hoodie room. Paulie Walnuts, what's up with the number of likes for our buddy Ace? Not hitting the like button is almost as bad as the Canadians booing the anthem. Hit the thumbs up for your boy. Oh, that's quite the theory. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's like on ice play stuff. But, you never know. Jay Snow, is that a Fanatics jersey? Yeah, all the Four Nations jerseys are Fanatics. See, it's the Fanatics. I think they call it the premium. Donnell, the Team USA Four Nations jersey is gone now, but a few hours ago they had some in a 46, 50, and 52. Yeah, my advice is just make sure you know what you're buying. But yeah, these retail jerseys, I definitely would go with a larger size than a 56 in the future. Wolf, Haula did pretty good on faceoffs tonight. Maybe you should take more faceoffs for our devs. What do you think, Ace? Can you please put the link to get a USA jersey, my friend? Thanks. So I will put the link. The stuff is selling out because this is the link for all the Four Nations merchandise that I just dropped in the chat. And this is for all USA. Stuff is selling out. So I don't know. I haven't looked at it today, but I don't think they could keep up with demand. But if anyone's looking for merchandise, click those links I just dropped in the chat. You could see what they have left. But yeah, Haula is going to have to help with the faceoffs, especially while Nico's out. Hopefully Nico's back sooner than later, but let's see. What did Haula? Damn, they have Haula at 20% on faceoffs. So he probably went like 1 for 5 or something. Jack, Haula almost had a goal. If he scored before Hughes or Brown, it would have been hilarious. I'm behind. No way. What's the no way? Gem card, what's the no way to? Jack, no wonder Jack looked good on the wing with Auston Matthews and Gensel as his line mates. Yeah, of course. I mean, like, again, it's like anyone you go out there with, any two you could put all their names in a hat and pull out lines blindly, and you're going to end up with good lines because they're all good players. Jace, no, Jack needs to work on his faceoffs. I feel like every offseason Jack's been recovering from some surgery. It definitely seems that way. I don't think he could bulk up. He got to hit the gym too, but I think that all goes hand in hand with being injured and not being able to do stuff. Jack, Ace, would you trade a future first for Evans and Amria for Montreal, both with extensions? My initial answer is no, Jack. Just because we don't have a first this year and we have a first next year, I personally would try to hold on to that first for a different trade because you guys know I don't value drafting with the first round picks, and I've explained this time and time again as well. But I would try to keep that first round pick to make a bigger move. I like those players, and they could definitely help the Devils, but I don't think I want to use a first round pick in a move like that. I'd prefer to try to use the first round pick to make like a bigger splash. But I wouldn't be furious if they did it. But I just think you got to try to get it, reach a little higher up there with a first round pick, maybe packaged with other stuff. Jace, now think about it. The Devils were a team you didn't mess with and had a monster who would dummy you and Stevens. Now look how different we are. Yeah, it's very different. Erik, I'm done with this. We're not getting Brady, man. Just let it die. Let it die. But I would trade a lot for him. Jace, no, Fanatics jerseys suck. This is the first Fanatics jersey I've ever owned. I never had a hold on. I'm gonna actually give me one. I'll be back 1 second. I'm gonna pull 2 other jerseys out of my closet. I want to check something. I forget what brands they are. So this is the USA jersey from the World Cup of Hockey. Okay, so this is Adidas. And this didn't go by numbers. This is a 2XL, which I feel like is still a little bigger than this. But this was the World Cup of Hockey from the last time they did it in 2016. And then this is the 2002 Olympic. I also like this a lot. This one, again, they were Nike, and this is a XX. And this is, again, it's not as tight as this. This is definitely more loose than this one is. Yeah, I'm not a huge Fanatics jersey guy, if I'm being honest. Wolf Rockin', I'm definitely getting a 60 USA Brady-Kachuk jersey. Let's see. You might have to get that custom. Yeah, all this talk about, I could be tempted to do a similar move. Oh my God. All of the USA jerseys are gone now for adults. All they have is women's and kids. My God, it's crazy. I cannot believe they dropped the ball this big. I just checked the site now. Yesterday they had a few guys that they still had a few sizes in. Not anymore. Team USA sold out. Wow. Jack, Kachucks are going to come out hitting like madmen on Saturday night. That game is going to be physical. And boy, if the states aren't built exactly for that kind of game, I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be. I hope we come out there and just punch them in the mouth. Smash mouth hockey, baby, USA. Jack, I think Nico's back after the break. I hope so. I'll believe it when he's out there. The old Meadowlands, Goalhorn, and Rock and Roll Part 2. Rest in peace. What a time. What a time to be alive. Jay Snow, I don't think Timo's not scoring because of the... I don't know what that is. He's still top 5 in expected goals for. He's just not burying the shots. Timo's more of a volume shooter than a sniper. Maybe that one season where he scored 40 was the outlier. It's possible. I'm not worried about Timo whatsoever. Yo, Holmes, my brother always says if Scott Stevens were here, none of this would be happening. Nothing would be the Scotty was the ultimate warrior. Vic, I prefer Adidas still. I think so that Adidas, that World Cup one I showed is also like the retail version. I just don't like anything tight. When I was a kid and growing up, the old school CCM, Coho, all those jerseys were huge. And they were cut very differently. Hold on, I'm going to grab my Marty jersey. Where's the Marty? Where is the Marty? All right, I couldn't find the Marty, but this is a Trenton Devils, right? This is an on ice authentic, and this is a 56. This thing is a 56. This is substantially bigger than the jersey I have on. Like, look at how wide this shit is. This is how I want all of my hockey jerseys. I want them huge and oversized and baggy. I want room to breathe and maybe do like jumping jacks if I want. This thing is like, I don't know. It doesn't even feel like a jersey. It almost feels like I don't even know, like some sort of sweater or something. But I like the big loose jerseys. Daniel, again, thank you, sir. We need more Ace Fashion Show. I didn't mean for it to break out into that, but we're talking about jerseys, and I guess I want to at least give some people information if they're looking to buy the jerseys, to make sure that they have info that I wish I had before I got this 56, which, I wish it was a little bit bigger. It fits me, but with a hoodie underneath, it will not. So yeah, maybe when I go to the game, I'm going to have to wear like a thin long sleeve something underneath this, which is fine. But thank you, Daniel. Appreciated. We're talking about Scott Stevens. Jack, I just feel like it's inevitable we're all going to gather here next Saturday in doom after the Devils lose 5-1 to Dallas. Jack, why would you say that, Jack? Why? Why would you? Don't do it to me, man. Hopefully we come out of the break and just crush people. The 2002 is one of my favorites. I think if I had to pick, Jay Snow, my two favorite USA jerseys of all time are probably the 2002 Olympics and the 96 World Cups are absolutely beautiful. Those are probably my two favorite USA jerseys ever. I thought about getting a World Cup one. Eventually, I will add one. I want one to wear, but a lot of them that I've seen were like had players on it, and I kind of wanted a blank. So I kind of been holding out for a blank, but those are kind of hard to find as well. So I might have to settle for one with someone's name on it. So I'll have to find one of the guys that I like. And definitely not a Ranger. I've seen like there's Leeches and Richters. Like I could never bring myself to do that. But Mike Richter was a beast in that tournament in '96. Played a huge role in USA winning that thing. The Fanatics jersey looked like they tried to conserve cloth. Someone was saying yesterday that they're cut smaller, so it's kind of like when you have the pads on. I don't know. Someone was saying that yesterday. I couldn't quite follow, but again, I don't own too many retail jerseys. Most of mine are like the official on ice ones. I told you guys I'm a jersey snob. Like it is what it is. But they are bigger. Like, yeah, this is just not. Krungs, come on, Ace. You can fit into a kid's jersey, right? Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure I'd have to verify with my darling mother, but I'm pretty sure I was. I mean, shit. I honestly, from a young age, I was wearing like adult sizes for sure. Jack, Ace, if you saw a jersey you really wanted, like you really, really wanted, would you settle for a women's jersey? No, I would not, Jack. And there is no women's jersey that would even remotely fit me. It would have to be like a women's, probably like 7X. Like, does that even exist? Yeah. Women's jerseys are really small. Exactly. And they're cut super weird. I would never do it. Troy, I checked during the game. They only had Eichel in size 50 left. Yeah, and that's gone now. Oh, CCM and Coho are two of the best, Yo Holmes. My Marty is a on ice Coho from 03. And that it's pretty much just like that Trenton Devils that I just showed. That's a Reebok, but the Coho is similar cut. They're just so wide and awesome. Room to breathe, and you just move out a little bit. I love the old school jerseys. Jay Snow, I like Timo, but we need more offense for him. We're not paying him $9 million for him to play heavy. Look up all the things, bro. There's all these. He's gonna finish with a decent amount of points, and he does a lot of stuff that people just don't give him credit for. And it's like, I get it, but you just have to give it up. Like, he's not going to score 80 points. Hopefully he scores around 60 and smashes people. I mean, that's what you need him to do. Jack, Devils need a skill guy, an impact player with sack that other teams fear, like a Stevens. Curtis McDermott is not that player. Love him, though. Well, he could be in the regular season. I do believe there's been a mandate not to fight people, but it is what it is. I'd like to get a Kachuk type. Donnell, you see what I'm saying, right? The team, Four Nation jerseys all gone in the men. They have women and kids, like you said. They better bring the men's jersey back. It's probably going to be a while. For whatever reason, they cannot seem to figure out what fans will want and buy. And we saw this with the Devils with the Stadium Series. You know, not only did they not release it till close to the game, just like this, right? They only put this merchandise on sale like, I don't know, a week and a half ago. And not only did they bring it out late, they brought it out late and didn't have enough of it to meet demand. I mean, they should know that people were gonna want them. I mean, I don't know. Vic's nice Trenton jersey. Thanks. It's a Pierre-Luc Letourneau LeBlanc. It's a crazy one. Love LeBlanc. What a scrapper. Yo, Holmes, that's a crazy 56. Not even any pads either. Yeah, nice and big. Oh, Jay Snow, you're a comedian. Ace likes them big. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Damien, these Canadian fans need to stop being childish. Go USA. Evan, bigger jerseys are better so you could fit into them in the future. Oh, I can't be getting any bigger. I better be getting smaller. But I like them baggy. I like them big, and I like to be able to put layers under it if I need to, hoodies or whatever. Jay Snow. Jack, are you trying to tell us to wear women's clothing? Oh, boy. Damien, I do like that Freebird was basically playing throughout the whole game. Played it a lot in that third period. Jack, I cross-dress sometimes. I was curious. about acing a special jersey, but it's only in a woman's size and potentially getting it. I would never fit in a woman's jersey, so it just is not even a thought. Not even a thought. Vic, it took me forever to find the stadium jersey. I finally got one, but it's blank. I don't mind blank jerseys. I don't always need a name on it. And to be honest, as far as player jerseys go for Devils, I've only worn personally Marty and Stevens my whole life. Marty and Stevens. And I kind of have a stance of I will not put your name on my back unless you win a Stanley Cup. Unless you win a Stanley Cup, I can't put your name on my back. And not to mention, I also mentioned that, I grew up watching those guys. I do think it's a little strange, and maybe I'm just making a thing out of it that it's, maybe other people don't care, but I do find it weird to wear, to me, all these people are kids now, right? Like, I'm the old man, like, oh yeah, that kid's a good player. To put like a 20-something-year-old kid's jersey on as a 40-year-old man feels a little weird. So I don't know. Maybe if we ever win a cup again, I will change my viewpoint on that, I suppose. But I got to keep it old school always and rep my guys. Tom, I like Jack on the wing tonight. Obviously, it was with Matthews. What do you think of the idea of Jack switching to wing like Patrick Kane did? We talked about this a little while ago. You may see it at some point in Jack's career. I just don't think anytime soon, based on the fact that we literally have no center depth right now whatsoever. So we're not even in a position to even seriously consider moving Jack to wing. Do I think it could happen eventually? Yeah. I mean, if we have ample centers, it definitely is a possibility. Jay Snow, I knew it, Jack. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. Yeah, exactly. Who's playing center in Jack's spot? We're already super thin at center. Damien, all right, got to go. Got 2 college hockey games to play tomorrow and Saturday. Wish me luck. Our team is headed to the playoffs. So that's awesome, Damien. Good luck, man. Hopefully you guys win. Jay Snow, I never buy jerseys. I agree wearing kids' name feels odd. A little bit. I still like the jerseys, and I'll always wear them, but I have my legends, my old school legends. Vic, I see your point, Ace, but I guess blank is better because you could get it pro-stitched and not pre-stitched garbage. Yeah, for sure. Always got to get the legitimate customizations. Jay Snow, what jerseys did you buy as a kid? Tom, yeah, we would have to make a trade. I feel like he simplifies his game at wing. It's definitely possible, but I think we might even need, I think we're in need of a center right now, if I'm being honest. And so for Jack not to play wing, I think we would need at a minimum 2 centers. We would need the center we already need, and then we would need a center to replace him. Paulie, I'm surprised you never got a Dano jersey. Isn't he part of the reason that you got into hockey? Yeah, he absolutely is. And so I do own Ken Danico game-worn jerseys that I would never wear. But I guess the real reason I didn't want to have the same one as my brother, and my brother got a Dano back in the day. But it is funny you mentioned that. I have been meaning to probably at some point as one of my next jerseys to buy to wear. I do think a Dano is probably has to be in the future for sure, and add him into the mix. But he is the reason I became a rabid hockey fan for sure. He is the reason I became a rabid hockey fan. So I will eventually add one. Although lately I've been wearing. I'm trying to think. I used to always wear my Marty jersey to games. Then I got like superstitious, and we lost a bunch of games. Obviously, the record at the Rock is not very good. So I switched it up a little bit, and I started wearing other ones. I do like the practice jersey I dug out. The old school black practice jersey. Yeah, who doesn't love Dano? Stick Figs, look at the Kachuk brothers leading the charge. This is why you should have brought Brady to New Jersey. Yeah, obviously I wanted Brady. Jason, no, I used to have every sports jersey besides soccer. When I was a kid, I had a lot of basketball jerseys as well. I had like the Shaq Magic and the Kobe Lakers, the Vince Carter Sick Raptors jersey. I had the black and the purple. Yo, Holmes, first jersey was Dano. I have a Captain Kirk and a Pepe 95 Cup jersey. Nice. That's another one that I thought about as well. There's so many guys that I love from back in the day. And like, you know, again, I only really wear jerseys to games. So I don't, you know, I don't want to have like a million of them, but a Lemieux 95 is definitely probably should be in the mix as well. Him and Dano are probably my next two, I would say, that I should probably invest in. I got another Stevens not too long ago that I need to add the cup patch to. I love those old Ultra Fills. Those old Ultra Fills are beautiful. Stick Fig, shout out to my Nico DHgate SS jersey. Again, not my fault. It's Fanatics. Oh, man. Oh, wait. I have another jersey. I talked about it, but I never pulled it out. I actually just found it. I have like little Devil's wardrobes like all over the place, like in different closets and different places. And I've been slowly trying to consolidate it all to one area so I could kind of look through everything and see what a complete psychopath I am. But I am going to pull out one of my all-time favorites that I've talked about but never showed. I'll be right back. Since we're talking about jerseys now, somehow. This beauty, guys. This is what our alternate jersey should have been. Simple, classic logo on the black jersey, red shoulders, red and white striped sleeves, and obviously across the bottom like back in the day. This is prime. This is I'm trying not to break shit in here. This is nearly a perfect jersey. This is absolutely gorgeous. And I've said for years that they nailed it with this years ago. The first time I ever saw it, I was in love. This needs to be an alternate jersey at some point. I'm sorry, but the jersey is not doing it for me. Granted, it has grown on me over time. When it first came out, I hated it, and I could accept it a little more now. But this is the one. This is the jersey that should have been. This should have been the alternate. This was perfection. And supposedly Lou Lamoriello had them stop selling these. I don't know if it's true or not. But this is the jersey that should have been our alternate. This is just so clean. I mean, how could you not like this? And then we could even add, like, if they want to, they could put the, the jersey, the jersey, like what we have on the alternates now, what we have across the crest, jersey, big on the thing. They could just put a little patch of that on the shoulders. That'd be pretty sick. Or maybe like the state of NJ on one and that jersey font on the other. But this is the base. This is the base plate for the greatest jersey ever. I mean, this has got to be something like this has got to be in the cards soon. Yeah, I love that one. Oh, my chair's getting stuck. Ace, can I send you a rhinestone to Italy jersey? I'm all set with the rhinestones. Jason, no, everyone had the Kobe and Allen Iverson jerseys. My brother was big on Iverson. I liked him, but I never had one of his jerseys. I had Kobe, Shaq, a lot of the other guys. But Iverson was a shit back in the day. It's a shame he never won a championship. I mean, it is what it is. He brought that Sixers team to the finals before the Lakers smacked them. Yeah, that's a classic one, Maria. That's from back in the day. That's from like, I want to say it was like 96-ish, maybe 97. One of my favorite Devils jerseys of all time is that black starter. It's just absolutely beautiful. Beautiful jersey. And I wanted the Devils to to wear it even back then. That was before, everyone got super crazy with the alternates and stuff. They weren't really doing that back then. But I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, that is a beautiful, beautiful jersey. That's right, Yo Holmes, the black starter, baby. All the longtime fans know the black starter. That was just such a beautiful piece. Jay Snow, who doesn't love the black is just crazy. Stick Figs, that jersey is heat, but a black jersey like that with the state of NJ, maybe with a devil horn and tail, would be the best jersey of all time. I'm all about putting things on the shoulder patches, but I think the main crest should be the classic Devils logo. Paulie Walnuts, I just got a black starter recently. It took me forever to find one in my size. Yeah, they've kind of dried up over the years. They still pop up here and there. They're nice, man. I really, to me, it's like if you were a fan back then, I remember it being like a very popular thing, and used to see them quite often at games and stuff. And yeah, I always just wanted the Devils to wear something like that. I just thought it was perfect, the perfect jersey. Vic, personally, I'd love it if we went with the Stadium Series jersey as our home, and a white version as the road. The Stadium Series are done, my friend. That's a one-time special. Those are beautiful jerseys too. I love the Stadium Series. Stick Figs, don't tell me you prefer that jersey over the Jersey, which features 21 white stripes representing the 21 counties that make up NJ. Yeah, no. Like I said, it grew on me over time. I hated it when I first saw it. I still don't love it, but I've become more tolerant of it, I would say. I do think, they could have done much more with it. And even with some slight modifications, I feel like it would be exponentially better. But it is what it is. It's an okay jersey, but it's been around for quite a while now. I think we're almost due for a new one. Stick Figs, I think I'm going to get a P patch on one shoulder and R on the other for my next Devils jersey. Stands for pork roll. Oh, boy. Yo Holmes hates the jersey. Yeah, it's not great, but, it's not as... Jay Snow, isn't this the last year of the black jersey? Did they announce that? Oh, man. If they announced that, I would be pretty excited to see what the next one's going to be. Very curious to see what they do to switch it up. Jack, jersey would be better if they got rid of the lettering on the front and out the regular logo there, or a white version of the SS logo. I'm trying to picture a white logo. I don't know if I'm maybe in some ways I'm more of a traditionalist in terms of like I do like the crest like as is and get funky with the jersey, but the Stadium Series was I thought they killed it. That was a great adaptation of everything. I thought it was kind of plain, but they got rid of the circle, the black logo. I liked that. But I do think I like, like on that black starter, it's the regular crest and the different colored jersey body. Wolf Rock and Ace, you are correct, sir. Absolutely no jerseys left, but I bought a Four Nations Kachuk hoodie that looks really cool. Only $80 too. Nice. I saw the players had on some cool. I meant to look that up. I literally though need more merchandise. Like I need a hole in my head, but I'm always getting merch, even though I don't. At some point, I'm gonna have a entire freaking closet of hockey gear. I mean, I think it's already about that. And if I consolidated it all to one place, I'm pretty sure it would dominate this closet here. Chico, what's going on? USA, USA. I just had to get a little free bird in there. The night of the Kachuks, indeed. The Kachuk brothers run wild on the Finns tonight en route to a 6-1 opening game blowout. Oh, it was very close till the third period. Then the Americans opened it up. Stickfigs, wait, if it really is the last year of the jersey, I have to use my Fanatics credit on that. Got it when they screwed up my SS jersey. Excited for something new, but need one for the collection. Did they? I mean, I haven't paid attention to it, but did they put the Adidas version of that on sale? I thought because Fanatics was now making everything, they were trying to basically fire sale all the Adidas stuff. So you might be able to find a deal on an Adidas one out there. Chico, hopefully their insanity rubs off on Jack. Yeah, they're the ultimate Bash brothers for sure, Cyril. The Bash brothers in real life. Stadium logo is dope. Yes, it is. You know, black, take away the circle. Very nice. Troy, I thought the stripes on the alternate represent the 5 retired numbers. There's definitely something. Is it the stripes? I don't even remember. They gave the whole long-winded explanation, but something definitely represents the 5 retired numbers. Stickfigs, I say we just use the backhanded devil as our new home jersey and a white version of the jersey for away. Are you talking about the backhanded devil, the warm-up jersey that he designed? Shout out to backhanded devil. That's such a sick jersey. My mind went blank. The warm-up jersey he designed was sick. Chico, the jersey, I'm on the same page regarding the logo. In my opinion, it's easily one of the top 5 logos in sports. Any Devils jersey without it feels wrong. I agree. I think they should always try to keep the crest and then just do the wildness, either patches on the shoulder, the jersey itself. But for me, our logo is so iconic and so sick. I do like to see the, the regular just crest and just do craziness to the rest of it. Donnell, do you like the 2025 Stadium Series jerseys of the Red Wings and Blue Jackets or no? They're okay. I think there's been better. Jay Snow, yeah, right. Jack avoids those corners at all costs. If he could just be a little tougher along the walls, it would raise his game. Cyril, Black Devils jersey with both white and red appropriate places sounds sick. Jersey was a big wasted opportunity. I agree. I had such higher hopes. And then when they revealed it, I was furious because I guess because of all the buildup. And then, like I said, over time, I've accepted it more. But when it first came out, I was like, this is trash. I was pissed because I was expecting something, I don't know, grander, a more grand type of situation. But I'm proud to be an American where at least we got Brady, and I won't forget how Matty scored to give us victory. Wolf, if you ever sell any classic Devils jerseys, please let me know, my friend. Thank you, Ace. I appreciate it. Okay. I don't know that I will, but you never know. Yo, Holmes, the NJ Devils crest is the best in sports. Yeah, I think it is. And usually, I think I may have seen one recently where they do those contests for like best logos in sports. And the Devils are usually always mentioned because, I mean, even if you're not a Devils fan, I just think you can't deny how sweet of a logo it is. I mean, it's such a great logo. Wolf Rock and Jack never hits anyone. It drives me crazy. Yeah, that's just not part of his game, guys. It's unfortunate. I wish it was, but it's not. So you got to get that. You got to get that element elsewhere, and hopefully we get another Cotter or Nason type that'll throw the body. Chico, Jack is a vibes-based player. If the vibes on Team USA stay strong, he's going to come back into the NHL season scoring like a hat trick a game. That would be nice. That would certainly be nice. I'm certainly all on board for that. That would be phenomenal. A hat trick a game? Sign me up. Sign me up. Just looking at something here. Yeah, I can't believe Fanatics dropped the ball with the jerseys, though. It's pretty crazy. Here's some nice hoodies. Yeah, I would love to know like how many, like the actual number of jerseys sold. I'd be so curious. Jason, no, I like Detroit's logo. Yeah, Detroit's a nice one too. Vic, our logo is awesome. Our logo is awesome, but the Yotes were one of, if not the best in the NHL. Yeah, the Coyotes was pretty sick. The Kachina, yeah, with that crazy pattern across the bottom. Those were sick jerseys. My buddy's texting me about the Kachuks. We talk. He's a Devils fan, and we talk about the. Let me see if I could get him on. I'm gonna try to get him on. He's probably not gonna pick up. Ace, are you feeling Brady Shen at $2 million retained for 3 more years after this one with St. Louis inning for Nemitz? No, I can't trade Nemitz for something like that. Listen, I like Shen, but I feel like, man, you're really selling Nemitz low now, Jack. My God, the guy had one rough game, and now people are giving him away for nothing. People are not people are trading Nemitz for anything. They're like, just trade him for bottom 6 guys, whatever. Trade him for whatever. It doesn't matter. Just get him out of here. I hope he still has more value than that. But who knows? Stickfig, shout out to everyone else who took a while to realize the Devils logo is actually NJ, not just a one-legged devil laying back essentially. Oh, boy. Who is Jack hitting that he's bumping off the puck? Wolf Rock and Nason is fast becoming one of my favorite recent Devils, no doubt. Great acquisition by Fitz. Yeah, absolutely. A total dog. A dog. M Sharp, Ace, have to say the USA jersey looks great on you. Stars sit nice, like where the arm stripes sit, and does it taper more towards the hands? Thank you for that. But, you know, I like all jerseys. I definitely like big and loose. Even when I was a kid, I never liked things like remotely like form fitting. And this feels semi-form fitting, but the sleeves are, you know, there's like a little elasticy effect to this as well. Again, on the other jerseys I was showing, like, you know, the sleeves are. Let me see. I'm going to pull the Trenton one again. The Trenton one's the best example because it's the same size, but an on-ice Reebok. Like, yeah. Just, it's hard to see, but look at the size of this sleeve versus this one. Very different. Man, I have a million jerseys on this rack now. The Blues want a lot for Shen. They could keep him. Jack, what's a realistic package for Shen? Dev should be all over him. You never know. I mean, prices fluctuate so much. Like I constantly guess wrong just because a lot of it has to do with timing. And you know, I was stunned that we didn't get a first rounder for Toffoli, to be honest. And Jason, no, I'm with you. If you're trading Nemitz, it's got to be for something big. I can't trade Nemitz for, you know, Shen just doesn't do it for me. He's a little too old. I would want a younger piece that'll be here for a while. Vic, hopefully we don't trade Nemitz and it all works out. He pans out. Yeah, I'm on board with that too. Jack, I'm fully on board with trading Nemitz or Casey by the deadline. I'm in that boat as well because I want to win now. I mean, but I don't want to just trade them for the sake of trading them. Like, I don't think that makes any sense. And I wouldn't want to trade them for bottom 6 guys. I would trade them for a younger piece that could be kind of an extension or part of the core per se, but it has to be an impact player who's a little bit younger. I definitely wouldn't want to trade for guys like in their 30s, trade one of those pieces for that, because it's just not, I don't think that's good value for what could be, a franchise defenseman. Yeah, I think Schen's like 32 or 33. Like, I can't trade Nemitz for him. Now, people were kicking around the name Jared McCann the other day, and he was one that I was definitely intrigued in, but I forgot to look up his. Yeah, so McCann has 2 more years at a $5 million cap hit, 2 more years at $5 million bucks, and he's 28. Like that, a guy like him definitely intrigues me more so than a Braden Schenn. But we do need a center, obviously. Jack, guys are heavier edger, more violent, guys with term, guys who have won. Fitz looks for all those things. Yeah, I would like all of those in one. Give me a heavier, edgier, more violent guy who has some years left on his deal and has experience. Wolf, we definitely should have had a shutout tonight. That first goal was so lucky, Ace. Yeah, I mean, it was a good shot. I think Hellebuck should have had it. A lot of people want Raquel. He's going to be expensive. He is going to be expensive, I believe, if he gets moved. Jack, the Blues are sellers. There are pieces there. Jay Snow, I don't know if the right guy is out there. He's got to have term and be part of the future. I agree. To trade with a young stud defenseman, you got to give us something substantial. Yeah, Raquel is a beast. If he gets dealt, it's going to be for a lot. Chico McCann, I'd love to, but I wonder what he would cost. It makes no sense to me why Seattle would want to trade him. Probably just because they're probably, I don't know. I mean, if you could get younger pieces, because it doesn't seem like they're going to be contenders, right? He has 2 more years after this. Like, if they're being real with themselves, are they going to contend anytime in the next 2 years? It's possible, but if you can pick up younger pieces that you'll have for a while, a guy like McCann, it might make sense to cash him in for younger pieces. Vic X Ducks fan, loved him on the Ducks, one of my faves. It would probably take Casey to get Raquel, but if he clicks, I think he would basically fix the top 6. Raquel has term. Here we got another one. Ace, would you trade a 2026 first for Schenn at $2 million retained? 4.5 mil this year and 3 more. What does the 3 more mean? I thought he had 2 years left. Let me see. Oh, the 3 more years. And he's making 6.5. So would so it'd be 4.5 million. I think I would do that, but I don't think that Fitz would do it, and I don't think that the Blues would do it either, because they might be able to get a this year's first for him with no retention, possibly, depending on how the deadline goes. I could see someone giving them a first with no retention easily. So I think that's kind of pipe dreams, but yeah, I mean, if you're the Devils, I think that would be a deal you'd have to, at a minimum, very heavily consider. Only because the retention is what makes me consider it. But initially, my initial thought, like I said, was a first for Schenn. I would try to use that first in a more economical fashion and try to get a younger piece. Kind of like how what I said about Nemitz and Casey, that I wouldn't want to just trade them for the sake of trading them. Like, I kind of feel the same way about the first round pick, because so many teams are looking for it. And again, if we trade next year's first this year, then we're going to be in the same position next year, right? And we could be looking to add at the deadline. Teams are going to be looking for first-round picks, and then we would be without one again. So I do not think, if I had to bet, I don't think Fitz trades trades next year's first-round pick this year. I think he will either draft with it or keep it as a trade chip for next season. Seattle's trying to rebuild. They messed up their draft. Chase, no way a first for Shen. I'm good. Yeah, I would like someone better if we're going to use the first, but Shen has 3 more years after this one. Okay, yeah. Dev should be all over McCann and Raquel if the teams are shopping them. These are top 6 impact players you trade Nemitz Casey for. I agree. I cash one of them in for one of those guys. Those are win now moves. And again, if I had to pick, I would prefer to keep Seamus Casey. Seems like a lot of people are split on that. Yeah, it's just a preference thing. I prefer to hang on to Casey just because he brings a little different element with that puck moving offensive flair that we don't have a ton of. So I do think for where the Devils are now, he's more valuable in that way. But we're going to see. Wolf, thanks for another great show, Ace. Whooped. Have a great night. Much love to you and your family, brother. Peace and good night, my friend. Let's go Devils and Team USA. Good night to you, my man. Have a good one. Vic, all in all, I feel like the trade pool isn't that great this year except for Rantanen. Yeah, but we could get some depth guys that help the team out a lot. Not every move is going to be a big name or, a top 6 guy. Like, I do think the team could be good with some depth moves. I don't think it necessarily has to be a big flashy name. I'm not against it if it comes about, but I think a lot of people expecting it are kind of setting themselves up for disappointment. Ron Francis blows as a GM. Send Mercer back to Pittsburgh for Raquel. Jack, is there any scenario in which Hamilton is moved in the offseason and Kova is not re-signed and Nemitz and Casey make the roster next year? I suppose that could happen. But if I had to bet on it, I would say no. And I don't think Dougie's going to – I still think we keep Dougie for a little bit longer beyond this offseason. But that's definitely a scenario that could happen. Now, I do think that is a very dangerous game to have. Luke Hughes is still not the most experienced defenseman in the world. And to have him with Nemitz and Casey – You're at that point, you'd be asking, and with Kovacevic gone, you'd be asking for a whole lot in this scenario out of what on paper at the moment would be Brendan Dillon, Brett Pesce, and Jonas Siegenthaler. I do think that's a very clear step backwards on defense, in my opinion. To swap out Dougie and Kovacevic for Nemitz and Casey, I think is a could be even a sizable regression on defense, if I'm being honest. And you can't discount the offense that Dougie brings, which sometimes your best defense is a good offense. Like when we have the puck in the other team's end, that's time that we're not under attack. I think people are going to miss Dougie when he's gone, whenever that day comes. But to lose him and Kovacevic and then plug Nemitz and Casey in, that would kind of scare me. Evan, who are some teams that have players who fit the Devils? There's a ton of guys out there. I mean, anyone who's remotely gritty or centers that could win faceoffs, it's going to come down to who's really selling and who's not. With so many teams in the thick of the wild card, at least in the East, there might not be as many sellers as there are in some other years because teams want to make a push. But there's definitely guys in, there's rosters to be rated for sure. Wolf, I think Casey is better than Nemitz. Overall, I think they're comparable. I just think that for me, I like Casey better again because he's the offensive D-man. And outside of Luke, we don't really have any others. And Dougie's not going to be here forever. And so you'd like to have at least 2 of those guys, into the future. And Luke and Casey would be 2 great, offensive defensemen to have for years to come. Jason, no, I'd move on from Dougie now. His value is only going to go down and you sign Covey. I love Kovacevic. Love Kovacevic. I hope he's here for a while. Jack, keeping Kovacevic and Hamilton would essentially end the Devils' tenure of Nemitz. It could. It very well could. Jay Snow says he's all good on Dougie. M. Sharp, Casey's overtime goal on February 8th. Yeah, it was real nice. Real nice finish and tight in overtime. Real nice. I think it was against the Binghamton Senators. What a nice goal for Casey. Vic, I would like to keep Dougie. He brings too much. Not the greatest this year, but he's capable of way more. I'm not a huge Dougie guy, but I am a Dougie guy because people, again, remember what happened when he went down last year. That's when that's kind of when the tank started to happen. And I feel like I get that he makes some less than stellar plays in the D zone and people are kind of all over him for that. But he does bring a lot of offense. And I think it'll be missed when he's gone. Tyler, the Kachuk brothers with Eichel tonight was a treat. Keep that line all tournament. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's going to be etched in stone now. The Kachuk brothers just bashing people out there. What a line with Jack Eichel. My God. The points were coming. The goals were coming so fast and furious. Yeah, so Matthewtkachuk finishes with 2 goals and an assist. Brady finishes with 2 goals. Jack Eichel, 2 assists. Boldy with a goal and an assist. Gensel with a goal and an assist. Auston Matthews with an assist. Kyle Connor with an assist. Jack Hughes with an assist. I mean, God, the whole... Yeah, the only forwards who didn't register a point were JT Miller, Vinny Trocheck, Dylan Larkin, and Brock Nelson. Yeah, 8 forwards registered points. Whew. Werenski with a 3 assist, with a little sneaky 3 assist night for 3 points. Wow. And Hellebuck stopping 20 of 21 shots. Yeah, 2022-23 was great for Dougie. Great season. Chico, I think it's a season too early to move Dougie. I don't think his production will fall off that much next year, and I'd rather have him for this upcoming playoff run. I agree with that. Jack, if Hamilton is moved and Kova is retained, I would definitely take Casey over Nemitz to fill Dougie's spot. Chico, Dougie Hamilton produces scoring chances at a rate that no one else on our blue line is ready to yet. I agree with that too. And people were really quick to move on. I'm like, for a team that sometimes can't find goals, it's nice to have number 7 back there on the blue line. Maybe create something. Jason, no, Casey is so small. His defensive game needs a lot of work. And that's what scares me. I'm always scared. Yeah, Casey weighs 160. That's insane. He's like a little kid out there. He is very small, and that is a fair knock on him. You hope that his hockey IQ and his vision and his speed could kind of make up for that to some extent. But in the end, he is an undersized, NHL player. Isn't Siegs out for the season? I heard he may need surgery, and the Kachuk brothers are definitely having more violent. Wow. I think a Swiss paper reported that he did, in fact, get a surgery, but people are saying he might only be out for a month. We'll never probably get clarification from the team, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what comes out about that as well. But when it comes to the injuries, you never know what the reality is. Yeah, quite the difference going from 6'6", 230 Dougie to 5'10", 160 Casey. This is true. But it's also true, as Jay Snow points out, Dougie doesn't use his size. Except for that one game where he cracked somebody. Beautiful hit. Knocked him off the puck, and then we scored. I forget what team it was against. Dougie's basically lost his clapper already, and that could be from his pec situation. But his wrister and his snapshot is still money. He could snipe with the best of them. Chico, Nemitz is an offensive defenseman. He scored at a historic rate for a D-man in the Czech league. He's just got to get that confidence in the NHL. I'm not buying it. Chico. I'll accept that he's more offensively gifted than like a stay-at-home defenseman. But when I'm talking offensive defenseman, I'm talking more along the lines of like a Luke Hughes or something, or at least what Luke looked like last year. I don't know that Nemitz will ever do that. And if I had to predict, I would think that Seamus Casey would put up more points than Nemitz. Tyler, replacing Fox with Werenski on the power play tonight was a key factor in tonight's win. Fox does not shoot the puck at all. Werenski's nasty. I think he's averaging like a point a game. Oh my God, he's over a point now. I feel like he was just hovering around it last I looked. Yeah, he has 59 points in 55 games. My God. 17 goals and 42 assists for 59 points. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Jack, now that I think about it, how many undersized players are one too many? We might already be there. That's the thing. And that's my biggest worry with him. But Casey showed he can play in the league. I mean, he had that great start with the big club in Prague. He played a few games after that. But there was a game, and I forget who it was against, where the opposition was just kind of attacking him. Like he had several shifts where we were kind of pinned in deep in the D zone because they were just smashing him. I forget what team it was, but it was like you saw. I remember after that game, I was like, ooh, like, this could kind of be problematic going forward. Chico Nemitz has scored well on every level, but the NHL so far, he's at his best when he's allowed to carry the puck. We'll see. We will see. I think he's going to be a good defenseman, but I personally, everyone knows I'm a win now guy. Let's get some win now pieces, but I think he's going to be good. I do. Curious to see what he looks like. He only played those 2 games. Then we have this big break. I'm assuming he's going to be back in the lineup when we come out of the break. I'm curious to see, how he looks then. Jay Snow, also, again, I don't know why Keefe would pair Nemitz and Casey. Yeah, that seems like a recipe for disaster. I don't like pairing inexperienced guys. I didn't even want Nemitz and Luke to play together. Because I thought that could be a problem. Chico, Keefe strikes me as the kind of guy to develop defensemen to defend first, and then he'll let them off the leash to score. We'll probably see Luke break out more points-wise next year. Probably. When he first came back from the injury, it didn't seem like he was really roaming too much at all. And then, as the season went on, it seemed like he's been taking some more chances than he was earlier in the year. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely think Luke, in most years, will be at least a 40, 50-point defenseman. Just this year, he got off to that slow. And I don't even know if it's a slow start. I do think that Keefe was telling him, like, listen, you got to play lockdown defense before you start worrying about points. Yeah, I mean, he's got 22 points in 48 games this year, so that's nearly a 40-point pace. We'll see how he does down the stretch here. Jack, Siegs has been unlucky. Broke his foot last year with the shot block versus Vancouver. Now this year with the shenanigans play versus Pittsburgh. Yeah. Wolf, Ace, don't you believe that the Devils' decline started when Lou left? I definitely think it made a difference. Yeah. Even though I think Lou obviously kind of lost a step, I mean, over the years, he's still one of the greatest GMs ever. But, I definitely would attribute some of it to that. But there were so many things like, the end of the old guard was gone. Marty leaving, Elias being done. Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that kind of coincided with us being in the dark ages for quite a while now, the better part of 12 years. It's so sad. Jack, Devils need to bring back the stripe on the bottom of the jersey. They've sucked for 90% of the time since it's been gone. I love the stripe on the bottom. I would love it for it to come back. Yeah, it's insane. 25 games left. Where did the season go? We have 25 games left. Got to make the most of them. No more games to waste. Yeah, the season does go fast. Chico, if Lou is your GM in 2000, you're going to win a cup. If Lou is your GM in post-2020, good luck. Yeah, it's probably something like that. All right, guys, I'm dying. It's late. It's late. Team USA goes out there and lays the hammer down on Finland by a score of 6-1. The Kachuk brothers with a pair of goals each. And it was a close one for a while, but USA blew that thing open in the third period, going off for 4 goals. And what a beautiful game. That game Saturday night against the Canadians is going to be something truly special. It is going to be a truly special night. That's it, guys. Thanks for coming out. What a game. What a tournament. I am pumped to the rest of the tournament. I don't know how some people aren't into this. I mean, this has been a very exciting first 2 games of the tournament so far. And I look forward to the rest of it. But, wow. What a night. USA, baby. USA. Saturday night's going to be it's going to be theater. Absolute hockey theater. And I'm jacked up for it. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you all for coming out. What a night. What a night. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. And, Jack, they can't take a 2-week break every year. So what they're going to do is they announced this a while ago, is that they're going to do the World Cup every 2 years. So next year we have the Winter Olympics 2026. Then 2028 will be a World Cup year. Then back at the Olympics in 2030, and then the World Cup in 2032, so on and so forth. So every 2 years, it'll either be a World Cup or an Olympics. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Jack, are you doing a post game after Saturday's game? If I'm home, I will. There's a good chance that I will not be home and that I'll already be in my travels for the Monday games. But there's a couple things that are up in the air that I'm trying to wait and see. There's a small I probably will be gone, but if I'm home, I will do it. But more than likely, I will be gone. And I will be returning with a bunch of videos and stuff coming out of the games that I go to. And maybe another special treat that I'm working on. But some of these things don't happen so easily. But I'm trying to do some cool stuff. We'll see how it goes. Wolf, both games on Saturday are going to be bloodbaths. USA, baby. Yeah, the game 2 of the tournament for everybody. Now it counts even more. Short tournament. Jim, Austin and Jackie Boy, what a duo. Kachuk brothers are insane. Yes, they are. Jack, are you going to Boston? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Jack versus Bratter. USA versus Sweden. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for coming out. Thank you for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils. And Team USA. USA.